What's up, my people? Welcome to Enter the Maya with me, the G, your boy, Henry. And for those that are new to the channel, this is where I tell some of my story, give some with my spiritual insights. Sometimes I just have inspirations and I'll make videos. Sometimes I do collective energy readings, which I'm going to do one today later on. And today is going to be Into the Maya episode 8. In my meditation, I was reminded of 3 incidents that happened to me all within like a year span. And at a very young age. And so I want to hit y'all with these spiritual aspects from these different times of my life. And so if you haven't subscribe, hit the notification button so every time I upload, you can get some more of me. All right, peeps. So during this episode, I have to say about 5 years old. And I actually had hernias at 5 years old. And from what I know about hernias is that trying to lift heavy weights or straining to lift something up or straining your lower abdomen will rip open the muscles and force your intestines out of it, causing a hernia, and you have to get that part cut out. Well, I had 2 of them as a child, right? One on each side of my right below my abdomen, and these motherfuckers will trick your ass. Like the doctor, well, like I guess it was the nurse or whatever. He was like, "Yo, dude, we're having this competition, right? Whoever can blow up this balloon the biggest wins this prize or whatever." But little did my 5-year-old ass didn't know that was that gas they give you to knock your ass out. So I remember like taking a real big one, and by the second one, I don't remember shit. I remember waking up at the hospital, like in the hospital bed after surgery was done, like ah. And so I mean that could be pretty traumatic for a 5-year-old, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? And I asked, what does that speak to us in our lives right now, right? What is causing us stress that needs to be cut out and removed? The damage is done right there. Let's go ahead and heal it. Let's cut that shit out and remove it. You know what I'm saying? And that can be all kind of things that causes stress. Well, we're just stressed out about money, habits that we still do, stress just from being here in our own damn mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, what things do we need to cut out and heal the womb up? You know? We have to let that stress go. And that was just one thought. So that was one incident. And then another time, in these apartments I lived in, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away, but you had to go through this one neighborhood and go to the back. There was a place called Black Snake and Silver Snake, and it was like an old oil place, right? It was like a place where they pumped oil out, but they ran out, so it's like barely working now. So the kids made trails back there. They have like a little retention pond and stuff that we go jumps, do ramps and crap like that, right? Well, one day I went with my buddy, but I didn't take my own bike. I don't know if I had a bike or not at the time, but I rode with my buddy to Black Snake, and it was a hot Texas day, like had to be in the hundreds, like it was hot. And, you know, as a kid, you don't think about stuff like this, right? So I rode with my buddy out there, on his pegs on the back of his bike. Well, I'm starting to get heat exhaustion and about to have a heat stroke. Well, my buddy's not ready to go. And so that left me, and so this is about half a year. It was close to about the same time. Left me having to walk back. And I remember, like, the walk was, like, terrible. I remember just, like, going, oh, my goodness, I'm going to die. Like, I was having a heat stroke. And I finally made it home, you know what I'm saying? My mom gave me whatever I needed to cool me down, you know what I'm saying? But the spiritual aspect for me to remember that, you know what I'm saying? is that sometimes, yes, we come into this journey with somebody else, but when we're ready to wake up or go home, then they're not always going to be ready. And sometimes you'll have to make that long journey back through the heat, through the desert, through the dryness, through the dark night of the soul on your own. Wow. Message. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, even though we come in with groups, even with our group, our tribe, you know what I'm saying? Not all of them are gonna. We're not all gonna wake up at the same time. We're not already gonna want to move forward. Some of us still want to dabble in the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So that's a good little message from that. You know what I'm saying? Even though we come in with people, doesn't mean we're gonna be leaving out with them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the path is walking on your own. Or also just learn to be prepared. I should have brought my own damn bike. But I had to learn it. And then the next incident, which happened within also this short amount of time frame, bike accident again, right across the street, actually from my apartment. I could see my apartment from where we set this little ramp up at. And we set this ramp up, and I jumped the ramp, and the handlebars turned. When I hit the ground, the handlebars turned, and I landed straight into the handlebars. My stomach hit the handlebars, and it fucked up my pancreas. Well, at the time, I did not know this, and so I hurt myself, and I was like, man, okay, yeah, that something's not right. But you know what I'm saying? There was this thing going on at church, like all week, where these ladies come in and they do like they're like ventriloquist or whatever, right? And so the church van would come and pick us up and stuff. And so I remember sitting in the church van, like laying down, like, oh no, something's not right. Like, oh no, it's not right. So when I finally got to the church, I just started throwing up like crazy, like throwing up. And they had to bring me back home because I couldn't hold nothing down. So I went to the hospital. I was actually hospitalized almost a year, but twice. They let me out, and then I came back in. And with me damaging, landing on my pancreas, what your pancreas does is helps you digest your food. So anything solid, I was not able to take in. I was throwing it up. The only thing I could take in was IV, popsicles, jellos, broths, you know what I'm saying? Only liquids. And so for a whole year, that's how I pretty much got my nutritions, right? And I try to break down, okay, what is the spiritual lesson for this? I'm not able to digest the bullshit, you know what I'm saying, from this 3D world. Is that it's I would just reject it, throw it up. You know what I mean? And we have to watch what we intake into our mind, to our body, into our spirit. You know what I'm saying? All these things play a role. And so this of me throwing up, until this day, I still have stomach issues to where I still throw up quite often. Too much caffeine makes me throw up. Anything highly caffeinated, my body rejects it. It's crazy. And so yeah, we have to watch what we're actually intaking, y'all. And if we feel like we have to spiritually throw it up and we're physically rejecting it, then let it go. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be. Like, if you're still hooked on religion, because like what most people don't understand, religion was set here for control. You know what I'm saying? There was lovely bits and pieces of it. I mean, there's gold in all of it. You know what I'm saying? Every religion has truth in it, but you have to weed through all the bullshit to find the truth. You know what I'm saying? And those that actually preach and teach they don't understand it either. They read it more literally than they actually grab the spiritual jewels from it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that may be for you, whatever our body is still holding on to that we're still trying to reject, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so for my first story, what needs to be cut out? Let it go. What needs to be cut off? Let the healing be done and just let this shit go. The next one is like sometimes we have to go through this dark night of the soul. Sometimes we have to go on this on our own. Sometimes it causes for hermit mode. And then the next one is, what are we trying to digest that our spirits are rejecting? You know what I'm saying? What are we still trying to hold on to, but our spirit wants to reject it, but we just don't know how to mentally. All right, peeps. I hope this brought you some insight into my life. So these were 3 incidents that happened to me as a child. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we got some good spiritual messages from it, and it gave you a little bit more about myself. So I think in a little bit I will do a collective reading. If y'all see it pop up, you see it pop up. So love you guys. Namaste. Thank you for coming to Into the Maya with me, Yo G. Yeah. All right, peeps. I'm out. Y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend. Namaste, my people.